the news that 300 would be or could be a hit was, I mean, it was tracking well. We weren't 100% sure how it was going to do. And I got a call from Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise called me to say, congratulations. Okay, had nothing to do with the movie. Didn't work at Warner Brothers. I'd met him once over at his house to talk about, because he'd seen the trailer for 300 and was like, this is awesome. And I just kind of tell him how he did it, and everything was really, he's a sort of student of cinema and student of film, so he really wanted to know what this was. And he's the one that called me and said, like, $70 million opening weekend. Congratulations, that's awesome. And I was like, thanks, Tom. Hi, I'm Zack Snyder. I'm here with the Hollywood Reporter, and I'm about to share some of my Hollywood firsts. The first movie I saw that made me want to make movies was Star Wars. 1977, I was just 10 years old. I was kind of into movies anyway, but when I saw that and, down in the trench, I was pretty much in. So I was like, okay, what do I do to do that? The first feature film I directed was a movie called Dawn of the Dead. It was a remake of the George Romero film. I have the storyboards. So while everyone else was shooting, or like getting, so this was the book. This was my original book. So this is all the shots. I did it with a ballpoint pen. That's zombies, and there's some cool zombie stuff. Zombies, more zombies. Goes on quite a bit. The first time I thought I had made it, I think it was just in the aftermath of 300. And I was getting ready to do Watchmen, and they were pretty much like, do whatever you want. We trust you. And I was like, wow, okay, that's different. That's a different feeling. Cause 300 was really difficult. I mean, only cause it was so weird and it was so out there and no one knew what it was. When we shot, it was all on green screen. Like, it was almost impossible to watch the rough cut cause there was no visual effects. It just looked crazy. I mean, it was tracking well. We weren't 100% sure how it was going to do. Everyone was pretty confident, but they weren't really sure. I mean, I think it was $70-something million it made in its opening weekend. And I was shooting a TV commercial that Sunday morning in downtown LA, and I got a call from Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise called me to say, congratulations. Okay, had nothing to do with the movie. Didn't work at Warner Brothers. I'd met him once over at his house to talk about, because he'd seen the trailer for 300 and was like, this is awesome. And I just kind of tell him how he did it, and everything was really, he's a sort of student of cinema and student of film, so he really wanted to know what this was. And he's the one that called me and said, like, $70 million opening weekend. Congratulations, that's awesome. And I was like, thanks, Tom. First time I realized Henry Cavill was a true movie star. Well, he's a movie star in Immortals. He was a movie star before I laid eyes on him, and I felt like he was. And so, but the first time I felt like he was a movie star on my set, looking at him, it was in his audition when he came out in the Superman outfit and just stood there in front of us. I was like, that's the guy. That's not only a movie star, that's freaking Superman. So that was cool. Sort of first experiences with comic books was heavy metal. My mom got it for me by accident. She didn't know it was for adults only. So she got it for me a subscription for Christmas. They're all in storage now. And then also I was really, before I was into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the originals. I think I have a couple of those. Those are originals. These are original. This is the originals. Originals. They should probably be in some sort of thing. But yeah, this is when Eastman and Laird were printing them out of their garage in Boston. So anyway, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, also awesome. The origins of Rebel Moon, the first time I think had a snapshot of what it could be was, I think it was up at Art Center when I was a student. I had a class on, you had to do like a one-line pitch, and I was like, what about Dirty Dozen, Seven Samurai, but in space? And my professor was like, that's actually good. Okay, good. Everybody, that was good. And I was like, oh, was that really? And then that didn't go. I feel like the positive reinforcement I got from that kind of kept it alive for quite a while. The first thing I say when someone asks me for movie making advice is I always say that your point of view is the most important thing there is. Like you, the prism that the world kind of reflects through is everything. It doesn't, anyone can make the shots like, you know, the overs and the master and whatever. Anyone can do that. But what they can't do is see the world the way you see it. And that's your currency. That's the thing. So be that, like live that. When you make your film, make it as intensely personal as you can as far as the shot making, because that's what makes it, gonna make it different from anything else. And also, it's gonna be the why of it. You know, it's why do I love movies? Because I love to get into the perspective of someone else. I love to see the world through someone else's eyes. Hey, I'm Zack Snyder. Thanks for watching me discuss my Hollywood firsts. Thanks for watching.